Ready to pick some orders. We got 3 pages of orders here, but it's actually just because it's on 2 different accounts and I already printed the labels for a couple. So it's 8 items or 8 orders total. Got my Red Bull and we're gonna get some work done. So we have 8 orders to pick, and if you stick around to the end of the video, you'll see the last item is going to be the highest dollar item out of this this weekend, and also the quickest flip. So stay tuned to see what that is. It was a retail arbitrage flip, and it took like 2 days to sell. So you'll want to keep stay tuned for that, and keep your eyes open because it's definitely a bolo. Okay, so the first thing we are shipping is the last 2, I think, actually. 2 of these cassette recorders. Okay, so these have sold like hotcakes. I'm not sure why they're so popular this season, but they have been. I paid $2 each for these at Walmart on Retail Arbitrage when they were redoing, basically they were rebranding their Walmart brand on electronics. So I got these for 2. I got the CD players for 5. Got those packs of tapes back there. A bunch of other stuff, chargers. They were just rebranding the packaging. So $2, sold these for about $15.99, I think was the price each, plus shipping on top. Tank Buddies. These are for a fish tank. They are called, let's see. Yeah. Where does it actually say Tank Buddies? There it is, okay. Jungle, no more algae, Tank Buddies. So, these I actually got from, if you remember the video, I think this video is already out. I may be getting my videos out of order now. I have some that are filmed that are older that I haven't released yet. So, anyway, if it's out, I'll put a card here so you can click on it and check it out. But anyway, I bought a pallet of stuff. Actually, I bought several pallets of stuff from a homeless shelter that had gotten it from Walmart as a donation, and things like this they obviously can't use. That's the stuff that I bought, like automotive stuff, fish tank additives, all kinds of things like that. And they kept, of course, like the shampoo and the personal hygiene products and things they could actually use, but they were tearing out the interior of this building they were using to store the stuff, which is the site of their new shelter, and they were tearing out the floor to completely redo the building inside, so that the stuff had to be gone right then. So I made a donation and said, and the donation wasn't even that big. I mean, I hate to even tell you what it was. I mean, it was a decent sized donation. It was definitely helpful. But the main thing that they wanted was not paid for the product. They wanted it moved. So, so I made a small donation, and then I said, we'll come in here tomorrow, which was a Saturday, and we'll clean it all out. So by Monday, when you break into the concrete floor, there will be nothing in your way. And with some help from my brother-in-law and my dad, we spent an entire Saturday doing that. I think it was 19 pallets total, and they had probably only actually used maybe 4 or 5 pallets worth of stuff, because most of it ended up being stuff they couldn't use. Anyway, so it was a really good deal. I'm still selling these. I sold these for $12.99, free shipping. These go in a padded envelope, so it just costs a couple bucks to ship, about $3. So not a bad deal. These were basically free. By the time, I don't think I counted cost on these. I counted it on some of the bottled and canned products, and I did automotive stuff, but I didn't count anything on these. So I think these are actually cost of goods are technically $0, and $12.99, $3 shipping, so $10, and then say $2 even for fees and everything. So $8 profit on each lot of 3. Not a bad deal. The next thing is a replacement piece for a board game. This is for the Shrek version of Operation, and there's several different versions, licensed versions of games like Operation, Clue, Trouble, any of those kind of games that are licensed, you can definitely make a buck here and there on selling replacement parts. I typically don't go looking for replacement parts, but what I will do is buy games that I think I can make a decent profit on if I can get them cheap enough, and I don't check them to make sure they're complete. When I buy them, I will actually go and check them later. If they're not complete, I'll part them out. So, not in there. Let's see. I'm not sure. I may have these at the house, actually, because not too long ago I sold some more of those, and I think I might have taken the entire pack or bag of them to the house. So, at any rate, this is the bread basket, I think. Let's see. Which one is it? I can't show you the paper unless you just see their address. Let's see. Mud flaps. Operation Shrek replacement parts mud flaps is what this is called. And I don't think they're here. Actually, there's one more board game replacement. I forgot about that. One more tote that they could be in. Yeah, that looks like just Clue pieces and a remote and a manual for a Yahtzee game. No dice. Okay. So those are at home somewhere. I'm hoping I can find those. Those little pieces, I mean, they're if you've played Operation, you know they're really tiny, really thin, light. I actually put those in an envelope, like a regular envelope with a stamp. And that's one of the few things I do that way, but that's the only way I can make money on them. I'm selling them for $3.99. I have to ship them. That's a good way to make money on them. And if one gets lost or something, it's not the end of the world. I just refund it. But so far so good. I've sold almost all of those with no complaints. So when I say I've sold almost all of those, that Shrek operation was complete with the exception of one piece. So I just parted out. I threw the board away, and I parted out the small pieces, and we sold all, but I think probably two, and they'll be gone pretty soon. Hopefully I can find them. I think they're in a drawer at home. I need to stop doing that and make sure I bring those things back, but hopefully I'll find those. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the last thing here in this storage unit is an alarm clock, which is kind of a weird story. I've had these for months. Not a single person has been watching them. No one's even looked at them, hardly any views. And I pulled one. I had a quantity too. I pulled one out and took it to our booth at the vendor mall, and like an hour later I got an offer on the other one. So I'm not sure if it's really true that any kind of activity on your account is good activity and it brought it up in the ranking or something. I don't know. But anyway, I sold one to somebody in Nebraska like a few minutes, maybe an hour or two actually later after I changed the quantity. So, believe what you will about that, but I think I've seen it happen a few times. I think it must make a difference. Here is that alarm clock. It's actually kind of a cool alarm clock, which is why I bought them for I think it was $4 each I paid for these on retail arbitrage at Walmart. They were on clearance. They only had a couple left. I think they had 4 left. I bought only 2 because I wasn't sure about alarm clocks. Everybody has an iPhone now or whatever. So does anybody really need one? Probably not. But I still have an alarm clock. I don't actually use it for that, but I do use the cassette player on it, believe it or not, from time to time. So I like to have a cassette player at least to test cassettes and whatever. But this one I bought for $4, sold for $15 plus shipping. So, not a bad flip. And I think the other one will probably sell as a Christmas gift or something. It's a kind of a cool clock. Like I said, it's not probably necessary anymore, but this one looks kind of cool. It's a wood finish on the front, and the light or the time shines through the wood grain, which is kind of neat. Anyway, $15 plus shipping. All right, now we're gonna head to the house, and everything else should be in the garage. We'll see. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. If I am, it's just that one small replacement piece for Shrek Operation, and if that's the case, I'll just cancel it. But I'm guessing it's a home somewhere. The other things we sold should be close by. I apologize for the washing machine in the garage, and it can be kind of noisy sometimes. Let's see. I have to move these. Again, these are some shave gel. I picked this up. Just a bolo for Sam's Club. They had a special. It was like a one-day special, and they had tons of this, like cases of it. I bought 2 cases, and they're like $4 or $5 each. I don't know, $4 or $5 each at Walmart. There was a deal. If you bought so many, you get them for 50 cents each. And I've been selling these. I sold them for a while for $3. Now I've marked them down to $2.50. But I'm selling these for 5 times what I paid on a pretty regular basis at our vendor mall. So this is the last box. I have a full display over there and a few extras actually, and then I have this little box full. So keep an eye out for things like that. It's not normally what we do. It's not clearance at Walmart. It's not a thrift shop, but that little deal worked out pretty well. And I probably should have bought it all, but I left some for other people. It was a great deal. Hopefully some people took advantage of it. Here we go. One thing we sold is this Star Wars Lego set. It's D.O. from Star Wars. I can't remember which movie it is. I think it's Force Awakens. I can't remember for sure. Anyway, sold this, and I'll have to check the price on that. Sold this for $22 plus shipping, and we paid $13 for it. So, not a huge profit, but with shipping on top, it works out to be a pretty decent deal. I have another one of these with a damaged box that is in our booth at the vendor mall. I think we have $25 on it. Of course, no shipping, no fees. Okay, I have something in this other tote. Oh, I forgot about these. Some chainsaw blades. I bought for $5 each at Walmart on clearance. I have several of those. Those need to go to our vendor booth. Completely forgot about those. Let's see, this is a mess out here. I apologize. These are little growth kits. We got those for $1 each. We have these listed on eBay. They're actually selling fairly well at a decent price. I mean, we got them incredibly cheaply, so it's hard to go wrong when you get things for $1. Let's see. So the Jurassic World toy. We have several Jurassic World toys in here. Let's see. We sold a Pteranodon, which is right here, I believe. Yes. Pteranodon. Yeah, that's what it's called. Pteranodon. Okay. So this one sold for $13 plus shipping. I believe I paid $2.97 for this one, so not a bad deal. There's one that I need to list right up here that's used. We listed all the new ones that we had. This is one that will bring some decent, I'll drop it here, decent money. Let me get it listed. Anyway, look out for some Jurassic World, Jurassic Park stuff. It sells. Some of it sells for a lot more money than others. This is a really good one right here. I found it at a thrift shop for I think $3. But if I can get it cheap enough, I pick up even the newer stuff on Retail Arbitrage because it will sell, and you can triple your money on it pretty easily. Like anything else, the key to Retail Arbitrage is just getting it cheap enough. I mean, you can pretty much sell anything if you hold on to it long enough and if you find the right buyer and you have it for the right price. But you got to make sure that you don't spend too much, because if you spend too much money on it, then it cuts into your, it either won't move, or to move super slow, or it cuts into your profit. So just make sure you buy it right, and you make the money really when you buy. I mean, you got to be able to sell it, but you got to get it for the right price first. Okay, so I told you at the end we would have a higher ticket item, and it was a quick flip. It was the quickest flip in a while for me, and it was kind of high dollars. So I'll show you what that is right now. Okay, no, it's not the Overwatch Legos or the graphic novels. Those are really cool, by the way. Some Superman. and Batman graphic novels with the Blu-ray and DVD in it. Watch your Walmarts. You might be able to find them still. They were on sale for $6.99 or $6.96, I think. It's the hardcover graphic novel, Blu-ray and DVD, and these are typically, $30 some. So anyway, I kept one of each for myself, but I got some to resell. Not the bedbug traps. Let's see. Here we go. Orbi router. So I bought one of these off a friend of mine used for myself during quarantine because we were stuck at home. I was working from home. We were doing everything from home. And my router was terrible. So I bought one of these same systems here. Let's see. Get it turned around where you can see it. Okay, let's focus. There we go. One of these same systems from a friend for $100 used, which was not a bad deal, especially early in the quarantine, early this year, with one extender. So it works really well. It's really fast. It works all over the house. There's no issues anywhere. No dead spots. It's so much faster than what I had before. But this one, okay, so I was in Walmart. This is the Orbi whole home Wi-Fi system, tri-band Wi-Fi with 2 units, so to cover 5,000 square feet. I saw this sitting on the floor at Walmart, and they're usually $300. You can buy them cheaper than that on eBay now, obviously, but because I didn't get $300 out of this, but that was the original price. And there was a sticker on top that was not attached; it was just laying on top, and it said $230. I looked at it, and it said the same Netgear Orbi, so it was for this. But then I scanned the barcode and in the Walmart app, and it scanned at 108. So I thought, you know what? This is going to sell quick. It won't be a massive profit margin, but it's a good higher ticket item that'll sell really quickly, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. So I picked this up for 108. I sold it very quickly, I think 3 days, and I sold it for a best offer. I had 220 on it, and it took a best offer of 200. I think I sent out an offer with a percentage off that ended up being like 202 and change. They came back and countered at 200. I took it, so that's free shipping. So obviously it's going to cost a little bit to ship. It's kind of heavy, kind of bulky. But once everything's said and done, I should make $65 profit on this in 3 days. So, not a bad flip. If I could get more, I'd get them because they would sell super fast. You don't necessarily have to have high margins on high enough ticket items because, you still, if you don't mind tying up the money. But if it's for 3 days, I wouldn't mind tying up, money into buying 10 of these or 100 of these if I could sell them in a week. So just keep that in mind. You might not get as much of a margin on a higher ticket item, but you're going to sell something like this really fast, and you're going to get still a decent profit out of it in the end. So Orbi is our sale of the day.